How's it going, guys? I'm Vivi and welcome back to some Kingdom Hearts. So, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is going to receive a major update. When is it coming? We don't really know. What they're going to do is they're going to rebrand Unchained Key, and once that's done, the game is going to be called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. What is Union Cross? This could perhaps be the Season 2 of Unchained Key Nomura was talking about a while ago. So, during this 2-minute trailer, we noticed multiplayer and all that. 6 players, it looks pretty interesting. But what caught our attention the most is Ventus. What is he doing in Daybreak Town? Well, technically speaking, he's in the Keyblade Graveyard. That's what happened to Daybreak Town, we're all assuming, right? But what is he doing in the past? He exists in the Birth by Sleep timeline. How can he exist in the past and then be present in the future? I'm going to start things slow. First, let's take a look at these concept arts Nomura came up with, the key arts we got a while ago. In this one, we have Sora, Riku, Kairi, Charity, Scald, Ephemerra, and Ventus. Two things I can point out just by looking at this picture. Sora, Riku, Kairi are wearing their Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. Ventus, alright, that makes sense, he's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, right? But Scald and Ephemerra, having them in this art could perhaps mean that these two will also be present in Kingdom Hearts 3. How? I'll get to that later. Here's another one. Scald, Ephemerra, Ventus, and 2 unknowns. Notice we have a trio, guys. And how many trios did we have in the Kingdom Hearts series? We had Roxas, Axel, Xion, Terra, Aqua, Ven, Sora, Kairi, Riku, right? Now about these 2 unknowns in the back, this brings me back to an old quote from Tetsuya Nomura. This is part of an old Famitsu interview. Pretty much, guys, Ventus will be playing an important role in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, or Union Cross if you want to call it that. We're calling it Season 2 right now, but in a way it will be a total rebirth. We're using the opportunity to add huge new features, and many parts will be made new. The story approaches a massive turning point too. Actually, we showed a hint towards the characters that hold the key to that on the official Twitter. Ephemerra, Scald, Ventus, and then 2 more, whose faces I haven't shown. But the 5 of them hold the key. You can be sure that a huge upheaval will take place. So that right there, guys, tells us that Ventus will indeed play an important role. Now before I dive into this whole Ventus theory, who are these 2 new characters? We got a rough translation of this 2-minute trailer. Yes, we did get extended cutscenes but with no translation, but in this 2-minute trailer we did get an overall idea of what's going on. Thanks to user The Echo on Kingdom Hearts Insider, here it is. Ava, choose 5 people from the Dandelions, including yourself. Those 5 will become leaders, and from now on, lead each union. Please guide everyone. Alright, so Ava in this scene is talking to Ephemerra, and this time, instead of having unions which pretty much work on their own, no alliances or anything like that, these 5 new leaders might perhaps work together. In this next scene, we have Ava talking to the Master. Well, it's assumed, right? We don't have any translations. We do notice the Book of Prophecies on the desk. Now, in back cover, the Master of Masters never told Ava to come up with their own 5 unions. All he said is to come up with a separate group and to let them move on to the outside world to, you know, keep the light alive. At this point, I just think Ava is doing her own thing. Since the Master disappeared, she wants to ensure that the light does remain alive in the outside world. And she believes this will happen if she comes up with 5 new unions. Let's move on. Luxu, the memories of tragedy aren't needed for the future. Here and in other worlds, we will experience a time without sadness. Ava, can we do such a thing? Luxu, it will become something we can do, don't worry, but first, these 5 people. Okay, first question that pops in my mind. When does this take place? Before Luxu's disappearance or after? Something tells me this takes place after. And why? Because he mentioned these 5 people. The Master of Masters had assigned Luxu to keep an eye on everything. Is it too far-fetched to say that perhaps he was spying on Ava and what she was doing? At a point he overheard a conversation, he heard these new unions, something like that. So because of these ideas, I feel like this takes place once Ava finds Luxu. Look, Luxu's been watching this whole time. I'm pretty sure he found out about the 5 people. That was his role, to keep an eye on everything. With that being said, let's move on to the next scene. Scald, I'm number 2? Ephemerra, Scald, it's you. Anyway, I wonder who the other 3 are. Until you got here, I wasn't sure about Ava's story, so I didn't think who would come. Oh, someone's coming. Alright, so Scald and Ephemerra, they're wondering who the other 3 are, right? In this case, we're talking about the new leaders of unions. And this brings us back to Nomura Nomura's key art. Scald, Ephemera, Ventus, and the two unknowns in the back. At first I believed those were simple players, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So now I'm wondering, okay, a bunch of new leaders. I feel like they will not follow any prophecy. They will work together. I mean, that could explain the word cross in the title. Not only that, cross could also mean crossing over to other worlds. Perhaps realms? I'll get to that, actually. And now Ventus shows up. And yes, it is Ventus, alright, his theme plays in the background. It's him, alright. So, a bunch of Keyblades around, we can come to the conclusion that these three survived the Keyblade War. They went to the outside world and perhaps came back. Scald, you're the third then. Ephemera, you came from Ava too? Yeah, after everything was over, I should come here, she said. I'm Ephemera, nice to meet ya. Should come here, to the Keyblade Graveyard. Okay, so their mission was to move to the outside world, and once the Keyblade War was over, she told them to come back to the Keyblade Graveyard for some reason. Question is, how is Ven in Daybreak Town while Daybreak Town destroyed? He's supposed to be dead. How is he present in Birth by Sleep? Three things I can think of: time travel, the realm of sleep, and the realm of darkness. Time travel, sure, that's an easy idea one can think of, right? But something just doesn't work. What are the rules again? To time travel in Kingdom Hearts, a version of yourself must exist in your desired destination. You have to sacrifice your body and reduce yourself to a heart. But wait a minute, if Ventus time traveled to the future, that means a version of him existed in the future, but they look the same. Oh, does that mean that Ventus's heart is inside the box? Actually, no. Nomura had said in the past that the box will be opened in Kingdom Hearts 3, so the box, guys, it's still closed. How can Ventus time travel to the future if the box is closed? And yes, one could assume his heart exists in the box. The one who takes the box with him will be able to pretty much summon Ventus once the box is open. And the thing is, if you're time traveling, you have to leave your body behind. How is Ventus still intact in Birth by Sleep? One last thing, if he did time travel to the future, let's say, wouldn't he remember everything? It's not like he time traveled, went back to the past and forgot everything. I mean, that's how the rules are in Kingdom Hearts. So nope, time travel shouldn't be the case. Now about the box, guys, this whole idea of having a heart in it, this applies to the Master of Masters. Well, could apply, I mean. I've made a video about this. If you want to check it out, go ahead, the link will be in the description. So with time travel out of the way, let's move on to the realm of darkness. Eventually, a time came where Ventus wound up in the realm of darkness for some reason. And remember, guys, if you played 0.2, time in the realm of darkness does not flow the same. What about the other two? If Ventus did end up in the realm of darkness, what happened to Ephemera and Scald? If Ventus, let's say, escaped the realm of darkness, does that mean that Ephemera and Scald will eventually appear in Kingdom Hearts 3 as well? Maybe. That's my answer. Scald and Ephemera, they could have died of old age. And who knows, maybe Ventus disappeared in the realm of darkness, and they tried their best to try and find him. Unfortunately, they couldn't. A time comes. Xehanort finds Ven in the realm of darkness. He gets interested. He's fascinated. He realizes that he's one of the Dandelions, one of the few who survived the Keyblade War. His first attempt was to try and make a vessel out of him, but no. He then later on decided to forge the Keyblade, which failed. Now in back cover, they were talking about this traitor, right? Could Ventus be the traitor? I mean, forming the Keyblade, Xehanort summoning Kingdom Hearts? I mean, the Master of Masters said, summoning Kingdom Hearts, it's dangerous, it's unpredictable, you don't know what might happen. Maybe that could describe the traitor. Realm of Darkness, time doesn't flow the same, Ventus eventually ending up in the timeline of Birth by Sleep, doesn't sound that far-fetched, right? But again, one question remains. If that is true, if he did escape the Realm of Darkness somehow, how is it that he doesn't remember his past? Did Xehanort have anything to do with this? Well look, Aqua is still stuck in the Realm of Darkness, right? Who knows what the Realm of Darkness does to your mind eventually. Maybe it can cause amnesia. So with that being said, let's move on to case number 3, the Realm of Sleep. Something eventually happened to the Keyblade Graveyard, aka Daybreak Town. Let's say these players, they started building these unions, right? Eventually, darkness grew in these people's hearts. What happened is, it caused the world to fall to sleep. And we can say that's called Ephemera, along with Ventus, they were all trapped. And eventually what happened, the world got restored. And what we have now of Daybreak Town is what we see in Birth by Sleep, the Keyblade Graveyard. Could that explain that, hey, maybe Ventus appeared at the Keyblade Graveyard, maybe that's this where Xehanort found him? What do you think? And I have a question. Since we're talking about Union Cross Season 2, could the player have been Ventus in Season 1 this whole time? Scald, Ephemera, they met the player, they're like close friends at this point. So could it be really true that the player has been Ventus this whole time? And about this dream sequence we got, maybe it could represent that Daybreak Town was actually in the Realm of Sleep for quite some time. Let's say it was stuck in this endless loop of dreams. Let's assume that time in the Realm of Sleep flows exactly the same way as it does in the Realm of Darkness. But the thing is, if you're stuck in this endless loop of dreams, you're not aging. How about that? What's with this whole dream, by the way? Maybe it was a vision. Didn't Ephemera hold his hand? Assuming that's Ventus on the ground, maybe that scene is simply foreshadowing Season 2, how these three will come together and form their own unions. So Union Cross might perhaps mean the leaders working together, crossing each other, crossing different realms. For example, the Realm of Sleep in this case. Anyways guys, all we've learned from the Kingdom Hearts series so far is time travel, the Realm of Sleep, and the Realm of Darkness. How can one exist in the past and in the future? Unless Ventus is using a vessel, but they look exactly the same. What else can we come up with? So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with some ideas that were mentioned in the video? Leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thanks for watching.